Crystal with Frugal in Carolina, and I'm so glad that you were able to stop by the channel. If this is your first time, thank you for coming to check out the channel. I hope the information is helpful for you, and if you are returning to the channel, thank you for coming back to the channel. Thank you for allowing me to share some good information for you, with you, and I hope this helps you as well. Now, I'm here today back at JoAnn's. Actually, last week I was here, had an inspirational video based off of the my visit with JoAnn's last week. But if you haven't had a chance to check out that inspirational video, please, I'll link it in the description box, and you can go and check out and just have a moment of inspiration if you need it. But I am back here today wanting to see what all is still available. As you know, that JoAnn's is going out of business. That's JoAnn's Crafts and Cloth Stores, where they sell cloth, they sell yarn, sewing machines, anything to do with crafts, such as, you know, creating clothes, creating jewelry, bakery items. If for those up and coming chefs and bakers, they have those supplies as well. Now, as of last week, it was marked down. Items were marked to 50% off, and as I was driving into the parking lot today, I noticed that everything is up to 60% off. So we're going to check and see if that 10% discount, 10% higher discount, or the higher discount that's available now, see if that's going to move some items off of the shelves. As I noticed last week, there were a lot of items that were still left on the shelf. So we're going to take a look, see what they still have available, and we'll come in and check out the items. So come on, let's go check and see what they have available. So I'm back. I was able to take a picture or at least capture in video a lot of the items that are still on the racks. Apparently the 60% off that they have advertised is not moving a lot, because I still see a lot of items on the shelves, especially Christmas items. Now they're trying to get rid of the Christmas items, and I'm not sure if I was able to capture some of the Christmas items, but some of the Christmas decoration boxes were marked down to 80% off. A lot of the wreaths and the garlands were marked down to 40% off. And I got a little bit of a story time here. So, you know, me being frugal in Carolina, I hit up the clearance rack. So I wanted to see what I can find on clearance. So they had some really nice, very great scented candles, not heavily scented, but it has a nice little scent to it. So I'm thinking, okay, some of the candles are going to be have a percentage off, and one of them was. So all of the candles like this, in various scents, all had the this red pricing of, you probably can't see it, but it was marked to $2.97. And when I walked up to the register, one was marked 40% off, and then the other two candles that I had planned on purchasing were priced as marked at $2.97. So I asked the cashier, you know, one of them had the price of like a dollar and 70 something on the candle. He didn't understand it either. So I guess he asked the manager or the supervisor that was on duty, and he explained the situation to her, and she was saying, well, certain scents were on sale or clearance, and it just happened to be one. The other ones are priced as marked at $2.97. So I'm like, sir, you all realize that you're going out of business, right? The supervisor wouldn't honor the extra 40% off that this candle was marked down to. So I nicely told him, you can go ahead and take the other two off, and I'll take the one that's marked off 40% off. So for this one candle, I end up paying with taxes $1.91. To be quite honest, you know, pretty candle holder. You know, once you burn the wick down to the very end and all the wax is melted, you can probably reuse it and wash it out, use the candle holder to create another candle. But in my opinion, you could probably get another candle, a couple of candles, for that price at Dollar Tree, if not Walmart, if it's marked down clearance. So I say all that to say they have a lot of inventory left, and with what I just experienced over a candle, and they couldn't honor the two other candles that I had that I planned on purchasing for that same price of this one candle I paid $1.91 for, which is with taxes. They can keep the items. I think a lot of people are gonna kind of pass over everything if they're not honoring some of the markdowns that may be available. So yeah, it's a little disappointing. Nice candles, nice candle holders, you know, and the supervisor couldn't even honor the 40% off of the additional candles that I had on purchase, that I had planned on purchasing rather. So it is what it is. I got a nice little candle. I'm at this point trying to stash up as many candles as I can. You know, I live in the area where we were affected by hurricanes Helene and Milton back in September. So I want to make sure that if a certain situation occurs where there's no electricity, I'll have some candles available. That was my main purpose. So, you know, like I said, I could probably get 2 candles for the price that I paid for this one candle elsewhere, and use it as a light source in case the electricity goes out. So to sum it all up, JoAnn's has a lot of inventory still left, and if supervisors such as what that I spoke with about a candle won't honor what's available, they're gonna eventually have a lot of inventory left closer to the date that they're scheduled to close. And when I came by the store on last week, the cashier just so happened that Check Me Out Today was the same cashier that helped me on last Sunday. And I asked him when was the last date for the store to be open. He mentioned it's supposed to be May 31st. And by the look of the inventory, it may possibly get closer to May 31st because they're not budging, unfortunately. You know, although they're already filed bankruptcy, I know they're trying to recoup a lot of money from these store closings, but as a consumer, especially for those that are trying to break out, create new businesses based on creative arts and creative businesses, such as, you know, your chefs, your bakers, jewelry makers, fashion, up and coming fashion designers, print, you know, things dealing in creative businesses. If they're trying to break into those respective businesses, it's going to be really hard to get good products unless they go somewhere like Amazon, or if they know of wholesalers that sell particular items for a particular creative business, than to come to JoAnn's, unfortunately. Yeah, that's just my take on it. It's a little disappointing that they couldn't, not just in my particular circumstances with the candles, but yeah, overall, the store has a lot of inventory, and if they really want to get rid of a lot of their items, they need to go ahead and mark everything down. And I would expect, and you know, closer that they get to the closing date, that they'll mark down their items more. But we'll see come close to May 31st, or if they will still be open by that time. If they don't get rid of a lot of their inventory, we'll see if they decide to mark down a lot of the items at a higher discounted rate than the stated 60% off that's on their signage. So I just wanted to give you a summation of what I saw, and I'll post in this video some of the photographs and the video images that I was able to catch of some areas throughout the store that had the signage and then their sale prices. So I hope this information helps you out on making a purchase or planning a trip to JoAnn's to see what you all can find. And on that note, if it's in God's will, I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe and stay frugal.